Hello and welcome to the video for Tuesday, October 20th for animation. I'm going to let everybody in from the waiting room.
Good morning.
What up?
Good morning. Hey, is that a new little avatar you have there, Marco?
You know it is.
Cool. Did you make that?
Yes, it did.
It looks good. That's your Halloween thing?
That's right.
Nice. And now why does it say guilt?
Oh, it's just part of a little line of Halloween pictures I'm working on.
Oh, okay. Is it for something specific like a game or something?
No, just stuff I've been fiddling with.
He posted a similar picture on the Discord.
Yes, it did.
The gluttony.
It looks good. I like it. Nice job. All right, I better get on top of doing my little avatar for. Remember, you guys, we all want to do avatars for Halloween for our little. They're not called avatars. What are they called? The little pictures.
Profile pics.
They're called what?
Profile pics.
Oh, profile pics. Yeah, we want to do little Halloween profile pics. So put yours up when you get a chance for Zoom, so we can have those and enjoy everybody's artwork. I found my pen finally. Okay. Let me go ahead and get you guys in the attendance, and then we will get started. So I got to log in to Pima and get going. Does that sound like an evil laugh? Like a Halloween laugh. Are any of you guys going to get costumes, even just to dress up or hang out with your friends or any of that good stuff?
No, I stopped doing that when I was in high school.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a hobo.
That's what I'm going to be in real life.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I'm sad.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you sad. Let's see. Well, good morning to everybody who's texting in. I see Blake and Victoria and Luna, JD and Zion, Daniel. Okay, and let's see. All right, what do we got to do today? Let me go look at the class notes, Pima.Dreamco. Animation and okay, well, I didn't have anybody scheduled for a presentation today, but is there anybody who either was scheduled to give one and they haven't given one yet, but they have it ready, or is there somebody who has one ready and they haven't been scheduled to give it yet, but they want to give it now? Anybody want to do theirs? Presentation, just sitting around waiting to go.
I can do mine.
You want to do yours?
Oh, Marco?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Let me make it so you can share the screen. And then, yeah, feel free to share the screen and give us one.
All right, let me just pull it up real fast. Yeah, just gotta share the screen. Okay, so my presentation is on Gennady Trovakovsky. Right, so Gennady Trovakovsky was born January 17th, 1970 in Moscow, Russia during the Soviet Union to Jewish parents. Before moving to the US, he moved to Italy, where he first was introduced to illustration by a neighbor's daughter. And when he went to the States, that's when he started developing his love for the arts. But initially, he was going to go into advertising for animation, but because he was too late to sign up for any classes, he had decided to sign up for an animation class, and that's where it all began. Now, he worked on shows starting off with Batman the Animated Series, of all things, and then worked at Hanna-Barbera for a bit, working on Two Stupid Dogs and the Powerpuff Girls. Yes,
That's a great picture you picked.
that's what I chose, yeah. That's it, right? That's... Eventually, he was given the chance in 1995 to start shelling out his own shows, with the likes of Dexter's Laboratory, Samurai Jack, the original Star Wars Clone Wars, Symbionic Titan, and more recently, Primal. Yeah, he also made other stuff that we don't talk about.
That's funny.
Should have been Popeye, just saying. But more recently, he's been able to return to one property in particular, Samurai Jack, when he was able to create a final season for it back in 2017. And after its 16-year hiatus, and I think like 4 years later, he made a game that I think tweaked the ending, which was admittedly pretty bad. But how many shows do you know get this much attention after it was taken off the air? Basically, this guy is just an absolute legend in my book. I'm always looking forward to pretty much almost anything he's making. So yeah, that's about it.
How does it tweak the ending? I haven't played the game.
Well, you got to see it.
Well, I've seen the show.
You got to see the end. You got to play the game.
No
No spoilers here.
Damn it.
Do your own research.
Damn it.
Well, nice job. That was a nice presentation. Now, somebody turned me on to him, I think last semester. I think it might have been another student who told me about him. And I watched all of Primal, all the episodes, and it was just great. That guy is fantastic. Now I got to go back and watch Samurai Jack.
I've never heard of Primal before. Where can I find that?
Let me show you. I was thinking maybe I would show you guys the trailer for Primal. Let me see. Trailer, Primal.
Season 2 is already looking real good.
Let's see. I think, yeah, here's the trailer. It says Rotten Tomatoes TV. I hope this isn't, I hope this is what I think it is. Okay, let me share my screen. Thank you, Marco. That was really fun. Okay, so hopefully this will be what actual trailer of the movie after the ad.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
What do you guys think?
That
Yeah,
was
that's good shit right there.
that was just a good dinosaur, only edgy.
Yeah, it was, well, it's way more than that. I mean, for one thing, when you watch this thing, the backgrounds are so gorgeous.
School isn't a place yet.
Sorry. The backgrounds are just some of the most beautiful ones I've seen as far as like sort of translucent watercolory, gorgeous. And then this guy is a master animator. I mean, everything he does just looks so beautiful.
I want to know how he tamed a T-Rex, that main character.
Yeah, you got to watch it. I mean, it's really phenomenal. I really enjoyed it enough to go back and watch Samurai Jack now and investigate the other stuff that he's done.
Nice.
Yeah, so check that out if you guys get a chance. Okay, so along the lines of animation, there's one other thing I want to show you guys. I stumbled over this on the internet the other day, and I wanted to play a few minutes of it. It's quite long, so I can't play the whole thing, but it's just a little animation that's done in sort of an 8-bit, almost video game style. But I thought it was really clever, and I thought you guys might enjoy it. So I want to play a little bit of it. So it's called Black Sheep Boy, a cartoon on loss in a low-res world. And so let's check this thing out. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, like I said. Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. I know you probably want to watch more, but what do you guys think of that so far? Looks kind of like a video game, doesn't it?
Kinda.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was really clever with, you know, the sort of pixel art and the way it looked kind of like a comic book at the beginning when it was going up. And the whole thing looks like a video game, like it could easily be a video game, and these could be little cutscenes from it. But anyway, I thought it was really clever, very inventive, and also very minimalistic. You know, there didn't need to be anything more than those few elements that were in there. He or she, whoever created it, also went very minimalistic on the colors, and also they tried to make it sort of universal by having the people talk in sounds, and then, you know, printing the subtitles below, which of course then you could change the subtitles to different languages. So that's very clever as well. I guess let's see what this summary says about it. Despite the retro style, Black Sheep Boy is a pretty deep story about childhood and happiness and loss. Director James Mole summarizes it. A young hatted boy's adventures through a strange world inhabited by anthropomorphic creatures. Searching for some happiness he does not know how to find, he engages into a philosophical and personal quest. So sounds pretty cool. Yeah, so, okay, Luna, thanks. I'm glad you like it. And JD says Sega. All right, so let's go back to the website here. And okay, so we're gonna start out by working on a cognitive drawing file. So if we click here, we can go to the PDF and we can download it. All right, I gotta show that Finder. Then I gotta open that up in Photoshop. Okay, so why don't you guys download this file and open it in Photoshop. Let's see, I think this is a 2-pager today. Let's see, so I want to open both pages in Photoshop. Okay, and so I'll make my, oh no, it's recovering large document format. Don't recover the large document format. I don't care. Okay, so hopefully it'll let me. Oh, okay, I didn't have much of a choice. All right, back to day 12, page 1. There we go. Okay, so let's watch a little bit of the tutorial video for this as we get started on this exercise.
All right, welcome to day 12. We are going to study some arm muscles and muscle groups and all that fun stuff. We need to first finish this sleep on it page. So,
okay, so that's something I forgot. So, by the way, I re-uploaded day 11, which was the one we were having trouble with last time. And so if you weren't able to get a good version of that, you can download it from the previous post on my website. So in other words, if we go to animation and you scroll down to week 9, this file right here has been replaced. And now it's actually downloadable, theoretically. But I was just thinking how ironic it would be if I clicked on it and it didn't work. And of course, that's what happened. That's stupid. I mean, I actually uploaded the working file and it worked for me. So I don't know what the hell the deal is there. That's just annoying. I mean, anyway, what a pain in the butt. Okay. We're supposed to go, let's see, I'm sure I have it on my desktop. I can try uploading it again, but it's just BS that it didn't upload. So let me try again. But we got to go back there and do the sleep on it drawing first. So let's see, this would be animation week 9. And I'll just go, let's see. Cognitive drawing. Okay, so we'll go new file. And then let's see, add media. The day 11 new. Okay, we'll try this. Put that up there. I don't know, maybe it's just a corrupt file or something, but I was pretty sure I got it to work. So let's see what happens. Yeah, I did get it to work. So, okay, so here's day 11. It's there now. You can download it if you need to. And we need to do that last drawing on it. I'm just going to clean this page up a little. Okay, and then, but if you have an existing version, you can open that. Let's see, desktop. I'm just going to open this one here that I have. Open page 3, create a new layer. And then what we're supposed to do is redraw this last guy here. Let's see. Okay. I think my drawing tablet got unplugged, so I got to plug it back in. Okay. All right, let's see. Come on, stupid thing. That'd be so nice if you worked occasionally. Okay, there we go.
Hey, do you usually use pen or brush for these drawing exercises?
I use
The
the brush.
brush?
I mean, you can use whatever you like. What do you like to use?
Whatever's available.
Okay.
What size does?
Well, right now I'm using 4, which is kind of small. So it might be good to use something like 6 or 8.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see. I've completely forgotten everything about this. Okay, so then after you've drawn it, you can always check, see how you did. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I forgot that could be improved. But however, this is still infinitely better than what I would have drawn before doing this exercise. So, it just kind of shows you how much you retain and how much you still need to work on it. It's almost like a test in a way, to test your knowledge. Okay, so after we've done day 11, we got to move on to day 12. Now it says, study the proportions of this arm and copy this drawing in the space below. So what you can do is look at the sections, these lined in sections. Make sure you create a new layer here. You can see the hand takes up one whole section, and this first part of the arm that includes part of the body takes up a section. Then the forearm is divided into 2 halves, like the sort of straight part and then the more rounded part. And then this is like the biceps. So you just kind of look at that, for a second. You study the person's arm, copy the drawing space below. Okay, so this is not a memory thing. We just have to draw it using the top one as as the reference. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So maybe I'll start over here with the straight part because that's easy. Now I'll tell you one tip that I learned in a drawing class I took over at the U of A. There's a drawing teacher over there, David Christiana, who's just amazing. He does paintings and children's books, illustrations and stuff. And the guy's like world class. But one of the things he told me about drawing the human figure was that the way he likes to do it is he draws one part and then he immediately moves over and draws another part like on the different side or something like that. And what happens is it's almost like you're balancing out your drawing. If you spend too much time just drawing in the same area, then sometimes it seems like it's not as effective if you just keep moving around and doing different areas. It's like you're balancing the drawing as you go. That's what I took away from it. And you guys may experience something like that, or you may not. You know, some of you may do much better drawing everything at the same time, but that advice always worked for me. So like I'll draw, you know, this part here, and then I'll go back up and over here and draw this part. Okay, so after you draw that arm, it says study the muscles of the arm and copy this drawing in the space below. Ooh, it got harder. I thought maybe we were like going to move on to something else, but now we got to do all these freaking muscles, which is like, oh my gosh. Okay. Now, of course, Leonardo da Vinci, one of the most famous artists of all time, he was so interested in the human body and how it worked and how the muscles and everything worked that he used to draw cadavers. He used to, like, you know, get access to medical cadavers and, you know, cut them open and draw them and figure out how all the muscles looked inside so that he could do more accurate drawings and paintings. And nowadays we don't go to that length, but we still draw, you know, like bone structures and muscles to help figure out how the body should actually look.
Gross.
Yeah. So my philosophy for the second drawing is to first do the outside, because I got a little clue as to how it should look from up there, and then come back in and do the muscles. Although you're going to have to draw some muscles when you draw the outside, because that's just the nature of it. Okay, let's see. I think one of the reasons that I draw better when I move around instead of drawing completely one section is one of the important things about drawing is to have your angles right. And if your angle's a little bit off and you keep drawing that section, then you draw the whole thing off. But if you just draw a little bit of it and you go somewhere else, and like let's say you draw the top half of a muscle, and then you go down and you draw like the bottom half, it becomes pretty clear if that top half was off. And then when you go back to draw more on that part, you can fix your errors. Okay, so let's see, I'm going to save this in my cognitive drawing folder, which I guess I moved to my documents. Oh no, it's like completely in another place now. Okay, I'll just save this on my desktop. All right, and now we go on to the next one. The second page of day 12, which is study the muscles of the arm and copy in the space below. Now I'm going to take a trick out of Garrett's book and draw these lines in here, because I noticed that when he does that, he gets really good arms. So I'm going to draw these rectangles in before I draw this arm. Let's see. Okay, so now that gives me sort of a structure to draw around. So my drawing should be more more accurate because I have a space in there, which I can draw around. Okay, so.
I have finished. Do I just put it in the chat or?
Yeah, put whatever you do in the chat. I'd love to see your drawings.
Okay.
I love drawing the human body. I think it's, I don't know what it is, but it's such a beautiful design. I wish I were better at it. Okay, so there's the first one in this. Can you challenge yourself and figure out how to draw the muscles on this arm? Note the hand is facing the opposite direction. How will you change the muscles? Oh man, I have no freaking idea how to do this. So I'm just gonna guess. Let's see. Maybe I'll put the wrist over here since he turned his arm over.
I did a little bit of cheating and looked at the other page to see what that arm looked like in that angle.
That was a smart idea.
I winged it and drew whatever I felt like that felt natural to me.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to use the Vlad method of being too lazy to look on the other page.
Yeah.
Although I should tell you guys, it's probably a good idea to look at the other page, but I'm not going to practice what I preach. Now, here's one example of what you shouldn't do. You don't, the muscles are never the same on both sides of the arm. So like, if this part of the arm is going to go up and then angle back like this kind of thing, then this one might have almost a symmetrical, like sort of the opposite of it. It might bend out down here and then come in, and this one might bend out down here and come in. They're not going to be exactly the same. If they start looking like mirror images of each other, then you're in trouble. Because that's just not the way the body, or really most things in nature, are put together. But I do have to figure out what I want this to look like, because it is a challenge. Let's see. I'm just randomly putting muscles in where I think they look good. I don't know if that's a philosophy I would recommend necessarily. Okay, so I'm going to call that good. Maybe just a little more muscle here. And something like that. Okay. All right. So yeah, upload yours into the chat. We'll take a look at them. All right. Oh, it even says right here, Blake, study the muscles on the previous page for help. So I guess that's what we're supposed to do. But like I said, I was just far too lazy to do that. But let's see. Let's look at the other page. Oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's exactly what we're drawing. So that's all you have to do is look at that. Okay, I guess I blew that one, but say lovey. All right, but let's look at some of your drawings. Now, I will tell you guys, if you ever want to do, whether it's an animation or an illustration or something like that, and you want to use the human body and you want it to be really good, there is a resource, there's several resources, but there's one resource I know of that of the human body that is just amazing. It's not a free resource, but I'll show it to you anyway because it's so good to look at. I'll show you after we look at these few drawings here. Okay, so I believe, is this you, Vlad? Yeah. Okay, so this looks good. You got the top part is looking good. This bottom part, you need a little straighter right here. And then down here, it looks like you're following the contour of some of these muscles pretty well. This line needs to come up, you need a line here and stuff like that, but you're getting the hang of it. You're getting the feel of like where everything should go. So that's good. That looks good.
Yee.
And then here is your second page. Okay, and then Blake says he's got his and the animation we worked on last week in his folder. And I did want to mention to you guys that I wanted to look at those animations because, last week we had some technical difficulties on my end. We weren't able to see them. Okay, so here is Blake's, and he's got those muscles happening here, which looks good. And then he's got the arm happening here. Okay. Oh yeah, and that's the difficult one, the one where we have to decide it from look at the other thing for reference. So I think this one here with these muscles coming around looks pretty good, Blake. You got a nice sense of this area and then this down here as well. Okay, and then Blake, I'll come back and look in your folder in just a second. Let me look at what people have uploaded here. So here is...
Good job, Blake. I like it.
Here is Marco's.
Oh, sorry. I was talking. I thought I wasn't muted. So that isn't mine.
What?
Yeah, that last photo you look at, that one's not mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Those two were Vlad's. Sorry, Vlad.
No, Blake, don't be modest.
Vlad likes putting his work up and attributing it to others. Okay, sorry, Blake.
It's reverse plagiarism.
Yours are in your folder, like you said. Okay, but this is definitely Marco's. And so here he's done it in a different color. We can see that he's being pretty faithful to the muscles here, like this one and these, and the way that these fold over. And then this looks pretty good. It seems like he has a pretty good knowledge of how the arm looks from the front. And then he just kind of sketched in some little muscle patterns here. So that, I think that looks nice. Okay, and then, okay, great. And then we have Hugo. And then I'll go look in the drives. Any of you guys that put your stuff in the drive, we'll take a look at that. I gotta open up Safari to get in there though. Okay, let's see, this is, so if I type in Blake. Okay, so show this today. All right, so let's see, this one right here is gonna take another few seconds to download. So let's wait, we'll look at Hugo's and then we'll start checking in your folders. We'll have a drink break while we're waiting.
What drink?
This is half and half Arnold Palmer lemonade and tea.
Nice.
Okay, almost done. Oh, is this the same one as a ping, Hugo? Says ping, yes. Okay, so we'll do the ping because it'll be faster. Okay, that looks good. And then I like the way that you built around these rectangles to build the arm. That structure looks good. And it looks like you got some of the muscles here, so that's very nice. Yeah, the way those muscles layer on top of each other is really interesting, and then it becomes much easier to draw the arm if you know where the actual muscles are. JD says he'll take a Coke. Okay, I'll send one right over. Coffee, can't go wrong with an Arnold. Okay. All right, now we're go to Blake's folder, and here are the muscle patterns that he drew. Here's the outline. That looks nice. And looks like you got a lot of the muscles right. I like the different color. That makes it easy to see. And then, okay, so here's the layering of the muscles again. That looks good. And then you said you went back and looked at the other arm, which is what we're supposed to do. So you did that correctly, and that does look better. Certainly looks better in mine, so nice job. And then, oh, you got your penguin finished, huh?
Yes.
Okay, let's see Blake's, now what was the animation assignment last week? What were we studying again? I forgot.
It was the sub action or something.
Oh,
The secondary. Yeah, secondary.
So like it was the guy knocking on the door and his fist, he had a fist or he had his hand kind of dainty or whatever. So, okay. So secondary action, which reinforces the primary action. So let's see. Blake says, I noticed somehow missed to fill in his white spots. Discord willed it in as black. Okay, I understand. All right, but let's watch your penguin GIF here.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, nice. Okay, so he's thinking about taking an icicle and he rubs his hand together in just as a premiere, you know, or like a preview of what he's going to do in anticipation of what he's going to do. And that looks really good. Is he going to like throw the icicle at the target? Is that the idea? Well,
Yeah. He kind of falls over in his attempt to break it off and just chucks it at the target.
Oh, I see. I see. It goes there. I just missed that at the very end that it actually hits the target.
Yeah, I probably should have put a few more frames in there. It just happens real fast.
Yeah. But
I
it-
just figured out why Discord made his eyes and tummy black.
Yeah, that's like the default autofill, I guess, or whatever.
oh,
Yeah,
right.
the transparency. Yeah.
I was working with a lot of bright colors, so I couldn't tell that I missed the whites on him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks good though. I think you did a nice job, especially the anticipation with him rubbing his hands together. So that looks good. And then let me see what else we got here. So JD's okay. He's got all his he's got 2 12-packs of Coke, so he's gonna be coked out this class. Let's see. So Zion says his are in his drive. All right, so here we go with day 12. Wow. Jeez. This looks so good. I can't even tell which one's the real one, which one's the one he drew. That's really good. Zion looks terrific.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, very dope. And then, oh wow, look at this. This is a boy who has studied some muscles. He's got a really good looking set of muscles here on this arm. It's taken a lot from this idea, but then he took this front muscle from probably the other page, or just his knowledge of muscles. So wow, that looks really good. Okay, and is it just those two, Zion, or do you have like anything else that we should look at? Okay, that's it. Great. Well, good work. All right, and let's see. Garrett has the first page in his folder. Garrett Larson. Day 12, first one. There's that beautiful Larson rectangle there, which makes everything look so good. And sure enough, it's working really well again. I'll have to steal that idea from Garrett. Actually, it was it was an idea that was suggested at the beginning of the course, and then I just completely forgot it until I'm reminded every time with Garrett's drawings how well it works. It's just beautiful. Really nice job. Okay, let's see. Anybody I missed? Anybody upload anything that we haven't seen yet? All right. Okay, those look really, really good. All right, so now I wanted to check in with you guys. Good job on the cognitive drawing. I wanted to check in with you and see how you're doing on your animations, or I guess I should say all the stuff that you're doing to prepare for your animation. If we go back to the class website, let's see, let me hit update on this. So of course we have this whole list of things that we've been working on. And the goal, of course, is to try and finish these first 6 steps by the end of the month, which we're a little over a week away from, so that you have at least 6 weeks to work on your actual animation itself. So does anybody have anything that they've done, whether it's new drawings, backgrounds, animatics, storyboards, that we can look at?
I have 2 new backgrounds.
New backgrounds for Marco. Okay, let's see. Oh, you have to change your name to Morocco so I can find it.
It's just in my Google Drive.
Okay, and then what are they, 5 and 6?
Sorry, what?
I see all 6. Which ones are the new ones, 5 and 6?
No, they're in my Google Drive.
Well, I'm in your Google Drive.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, one's called Pools and one's called The Tree.
Oh, got it. Ooh, these are the lava pools?
Yep.
Okay, very nice. Ooh, and that's the tree, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Now, are you working with a established color palette?
Yes, I am. Purple and red.
Yeah, that's really great. It makes a big difference when you do that. So like,
Those are just things everyone's seen before.
right, I was just looking at the color palette.
You got to get those selfies.
Yeah, I love that dude right there. So creepy. This is an especially good drawing because not only do we have the nice color palette, but we have nice shading, like this dark shading here, you know, showing that there's a light source from above.
I like the protruding eyes and the sweat beads.
Oh yeah, that's really nice too. But then we have shading on the rock here and a little light coming in from another light source illuminating the face and the front of the body. And some of that light is hitting here as well. So this shading really makes this creature look three-dimensional. I think you might, just as a possible suggestion, it looks a little strange here. It looks like it's supposed to have this like protruding thing here, and maybe this is the other one, and maybe this should be brown. I guess part of me thinks, Marco, that this part of this should be brown and should be the underneath of his mouth. Do you know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah. I mean, because he's a weirdo creature, so who knows how he's really set up, but I think that would help. Yeah,
Okay.
well, it looks terrific. I mean, you're doing a great job, and you're doing like a little bit every week, which is a great way to approach it. And I think it's going to be really cool. All right, let's see. Blake says he had a hectic 8-week class finished last week, so a lot of his attention was focused on that. Going forward, he'll be able to put out more stuff. Okay, that sounds good. Anybody else got anything that we can look at right now? Luna has something. All right. So Luna, I'm in your Google Drive. Let's see. You're probably writing right now where I should go, but I was just looking for a DAR176 folder, but I don't see one. First is Fox Animation. Okay. So I've got Fox Spirit Luna Animation JPEG. And then where is Fox Animation? I don't see anything else. So maybe it's this one. Is that what I should be looking at? Or is it next is scene 1 update? Okay. This looks really cool. Man, I love those. Looks like who's that? Van Gogh in that background? Doesn't that look like a Van Gogh?
A little bit.
Scene 1 update. All right, scene 1 update. Okay, here we go. Oh. Wow, some cool stuff happening there.
That was dope. And that walking animation in the beginning was so smooth.
Yeah, I like the walking and of both the wolf and the moon princess here.
Fox.
Fox, yeah, sorry. And then she walks away from the camera, which is very cool. And then we change the scene. Yeah, that looks great. Really nice.
Yeah.
Nope.
So Blake says, I have had some issues moving my character. Also, we'll have to get creative with mine. Laugh out loud. Very epic walk. And then Hugo says, for me, it's getting difficult to animate in Adobe Animate. And Luna says she's still working on it. Okay. So Hugo, maybe you can give us more specifics. What is difficult? Is there anything specific that you find difficult about animating in Animate? Anything you could put a finger on? It's just drawing. Oh, okay. So in other words, it's a huge challenge to do the drawings for animation. Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do right now, I think I want to give you guys some time in class right now to work on your projects, because I know you're all very busy and doing other things. But why don't we take some time right now and work on your project? So what you want to do is, you can use this little list on the class website to kind of see where you are in the whole scheme of things. So I imagine most of you have done these first 4. And then some of you may still be in the storyboard creation process. So if that's the case, work on your storyboard right now. Those of you that have finished your storyboards can go ahead and cut them up and put them into Adobe Animate and create an animatic, which is an animated storyboard. It's just one storyboard after the other, keeping in mind sort of the timing of each scene. And then those of you who have done all of that might go out on the web and start searching around for some free music, maybe some sound effects that you're going to use. Just try and gather that stuff up. They're called assets that you can put in a folder to prepare for using those in your animation. And also consider if you're going to record some dialogue, if you want to have a character speaking or a voiceover or something like that. You can even write the dialogue out. And of course, this is all in preparation for what we want to do starting in November, which is animating the scene. Now, if you have already done most of these steps and you're ready to start animating, don't let me stop you from doing that. But I think most of us are still working on this. And so that's what I'll give you some time to do right now. So go ahead and work on that stuff. I'll turn my video off, but I'll stick around here and help you with any questions you have. And then I'll check back with you near the end of the class and see how everybody's doing. Maybe you'll even have some work to share with the class at that point. Sound good? Okay, so why don't you guys do some work on your animations right now?